Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Courtney. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support over here on YouTube. If you are watching me over on Patreon, thank you so much for your support over there. And my beautiful people with military affiliation, thank you so much for your service. Y'all, I feel like this journey has been long already, but I am so enjoying my Star Trek journey. We are at the end of the animated series, you guys, and y'all know what comes after this. And I am super excited to finally get into these movies. I am so excited. If you guys do watch till the end, because I've already recorded everything already and I'm finally getting to my intro, I actually did a quick, at the end of this video, a quick run through of which episodes of the animated series were my favorite. So if you guys want to check that out, by all means, please do. It will be time-stamped in the video, and I hope that you guys enjoy. And definitely leave comments. I love interacting with you guys and learning all sorts of new things from y'all. So let's get into the video.
Preparing to beam aboard the Enterprise following the successful completion of delivery of medical supplies to the planet Dramia.
We of Dramia wish to thank you and the others of your Federation.
You're welcome. We're so happy to help.
I have here a warrant for the arrest and trial of one of your party, Captain.
Who?
Dr. Leonard McCoy, Medical Officer, USS Enterprise.
What?
Dr. McCoy was responsible for a plague which ravaged the planet Dramia 2 some 19 years ago.
We're just now finding out about this?
The warrant is perfectly in order, approved by your own Federation.
Oh, the scandal. That is something else.
When his force left, a massive plague struck the planet, killing most of its people.
But how do you know?
That doesn't mean he was responsible for it.
Thank you, Captain Kirk.
Trial. You mean kangaroo court? I've heard about Drayman Justice.
Captain, you're becoming emotional.
Of course.
I wish I could be as sure, Jim.
It was 19 years ago.
The termination of your inoculation program and the subsequent outbreak of plague could have been coincidence, Doctor.
Yeah.
Some pre-trial investigation, Mr. Spock, on Dramia 2.
Do not be assured by your friend's plans. Drayman Justice is swift. Too swift for them to save you, perhaps.
Oh, hush your mouth.
Plague. Dramia 2. Characterized by pigmentation changes in skin of victim. Certain species known to have natural immunity, notably Vulcan.
The Earth captain is planning to visit Dramia 2 to investigate the case.
Ready a patrol ship.
And that concerns y'all. Why? Y'all are up to something.
Increase to warp 6, Mr. Scott. We may be racing against time if I know Drayman Justice methods.
Y'all are racing against the time, because he said it is very swift.
Unless I miss my guess, that's friend Demos. He'll probably prefer to sneak aboard, seeing that we carelessly left the hangar doors open.
Ooh.
But the hangar doors aren't open, Captain.
They are now.
Take care of that oversight, will you, Mr. Sulu?
Oh yeah, Captain Kirk has this figured out. Kinda, sort of. He's got some kind of plan. Oh, looks like they fell for the bait. Gotcha.
You're hardly in a position to take on an entire crew.
I demand that you report to the Federation now.
Unfortunately, we're out of communications range. Sorry, Commander, your ship is, impounded.
Yeah, you're stuck.
You are a stowaway, Commander.
I have been tricked.
Clearly. Our people are quite smart.
Aurora reported in the sector,
Oh, that's
however.
pretty.
Then it's safe for us to beam down to Dramia 2. Shall we, gentlemen?
Well, at least this character is going to be able to, I guess, bear witness to what's happening. Ooh.
Trouble?
They do not like outsiders.
Wait! He's disappeared. It's almost as if he dematerialized.
Ah, that's where he went.
Caution would seem to be advisable, Captain.
Bones' life is on the line, Mr. Spock.
Well, good luck, gentlemen. What in the world? Oh,
He attacked you because you are an Earthling, Captain, even as was McCoy.
let him speak for himself.
They returned to their planet to find that their families had succumbed to the plague. He and a few others, senseless in their grief, chose to live here in desolation.
You are wrong. There was a survivor.
Ah,
I, Koltai, survived.
so you can tell us the story.
Becoming blue in color, then green, and finally, red.
Dr. McCoy, do you remember him?
He saved my life. A man who saves does not also kill, Commander.
Okay, so how do we explain this?
Let's get underway for Dramia. Meet Cold Tie, Mr. Scott, a friend of Dr. McCoy's.
Gosh, what are the odds, man?
Mr. Spock?
Yes, Captain.
How's our number one passenger doing?
Oh,
Clean, fed, in good health, and resting.
well, that's good. Oh, I hope nothing happens to him. The other guy isn't going to sabotage this, is he?
The trial may be academic.
Academic?
Cold Tie is turning blue.
What? Could it be the Aurora y'all went through?
You see, Commander, we do place a value on life, all life. Does that shock you, Commander?
Probably.
Captain, you're blue.
Oh, stop. Oh, everybody's blue. But have we all noticed that McCoy is nowhere to be found?
Take command.
So something else caused the plague.
General Order 6 has been activated?
Yes, sir. If everyone on board has perished at the end of 24 hours, the ship will self-destruct.
Report to sickbay, Mr. Sulu.
But, sir...
Sulu, you're about to hit the ground.
Mr. Spock,
Kirk! Now he looks green.
we have to get McCoy. Must find an antidote.
The captain and all of the crew members are incapacitated. You must release Dr. McCoy temporarily. He is needed to find an antidote.
No.
Don't be stubborn.
Deimos cannot speak, the witness cannot speak, yet you wish us to release the prisoner, McCoy.
I might be able to get McCoy.
Spock, you're sure?
Oh dear.
I can't infect the planet, Captain.
This is true. Send him.
Spock, have you and Jim gone out of your minds? Why, this is a jailbreak.
McCoy, just come on.
Doctor, you will stand trial. After you've found an antidote for the plague which is about to kill everyone aboard the Enterprise.
Exactly.
Why didn't you tell me?
You wouldn't give me a chance.
Yeah.
If you go and fail to find an antidote, you too will die.
I'm a doctor, Spock. A doctor. Get us beamed aboard.
He's gonna do it.
Jim.
There he goes again.
Anything, Spock?
Negative, Doctor.
Blast it, Spock. Work harder. They're in the terminal stage.
Jeez. Ah, these two working together. Love it.
My readings keep shifting. Must be the activity of that blasted Aurora.
Yeah, the Aurora.
Aurora. Changing. Color.
Feed in the data without mentioning the color change symptoms.
The color change symptoms were misleading the computer,
Because they were caused by the Aurora.
Interesting.
which brought on the particular plague, just as this Aurora has brought it on.
I didn't do it.
Yes, clearly.
There is no known antidote.
Great.
Do you remember a certain Cold Tie?
Yes, I think I do.
Oh, his blood.
Sarin virus antibodies in his blood.
There you go.
That's what made him immune.
Alrighty, everybody's getting back to their regular color.
Bones, you did it.
Again.
Aww.
Thank you, Doctor.
Aww.
We of Dramia wish to thank you, Doctor, for your discovery of the antidote which frees us from future attacks of the auroral plague.
And we'll forget about a certain stowaway.
We must apologize.
Oh, I love this one so much.
Well, you have been derelict in your duties of late, Doctor.
Oh, Spock.
Hippocrates would not have approved of lame excuses, Doctor.
Oh my gosh, shots fired. Left and right.
If I'm ever in jail again, don't send that Vulcan to release me. Just let me rot.
Ow. Y'all are terrible. All right, these last two episodes are really going to have to bring it because this was great. This was probably one of the best episodes I've seen in the animated series. First of all, McCoy getting arrested. Wasn't ready at all. And let's be real, guys. What on earth would we do if we didn't have a Vulcan aboard the Enterprise? Spock has helped save the day more times than I can honestly count. Because stop and think about it. He could have easily been sick too. And then we would have been up a creek without a paddle. Because it just moves so quickly. So the fact he was able to break McCoy out of jail, bring him back onto the Enterprise. And because I kept thinking, okay, Koltai he's significant for something. And I thought it was strictly because of the trial, right? The antibodies in his blood, fantastic, wonderful, loved it, loved this episode so much. And the fact that one of them decided to stow away, no, he didn't decide to stow away technically. He kind of pulled up on the scene, and it's like, how did you not know that was a trap? But hey, I digress on that one. But yes, this was awesome. I love this episode so much. Again, it was something different. And I knew that the Aurora had something to do with it because they showed it twice. And I kept thinking, is it the Aurora that's the problem? If so, how are they going to figure that out? But they figured it out, which was awesome. And I mean, this is how you do it. First of all, I would have been under the impression that it was Captain Kirk that was about to get arrested. But no, for it to be Dr. McCoy, and for them to act like Dr. McCoy 19 years ago brought a plague. Now, don't get me wrong. Disease has been brought to people. And I mean, it's happened. But the fact that Dr. McCoy cured someone, just like, it's like what Koltai said. The man has healing hands. He didn't say it like that, but the man has healing hands. He has a healing spirit. And we've seen Dr. McCoy take his job extremely seriously. So the idea of him intentionally bringing a plague upon people, it just didn't add up. So I really did enjoy this one. This was great. And these next two, I don't know. We're going to see. This one's going to be very hard to beat. So let's get on into the next one.
The Enterprise is tracing the origin of a mysterious alien space probe. Before it could be intercepted, the probe self-destructed. We are following a trail of disrupted matter left by the probe's highly advanced propulsion system.
Sounds interesting.
The trail is becoming fainter, Captain. I recommend we reduce speed to accommodate our sensors.
Reduce speed to warp factor 2, Mr. Walking Bear.
Mr. Who?
Captain, sensors indicate a vessel at extreme range. It's coming in on the same course as the probe, sir.
But sensors now indicate it is twice our size.
Lieutenant Eriks, activate main screen extreme magnification.
Readings indicate the vessel is composed entirely of crystalline ceramic.
Ceramic? Ooh!
The helm doesn't answer. We're going sublight.
All our engines are still at full thrust, but it's just like we're ramming into a wall of clay.
All engines stop.
We have been encased in a globular force field, Captain. It is a force globe, but one that is flexible enough to absorb any force.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Hey! Now, can't we just talk this out?
Evasive action will not be effective, Captain. The force globe limits our maneuvering.
Lock main phasers on that ship and open fire.
I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, it won't go anywhere. You're lucky it didn't bounce back on y'all.
Its surrounding energy pattern is now shifting.
Oh!
Have you ever seen anything like that, Spock?
No?
I recognize it. Kukulkan.
Who? Well, start explaining. We need more information than that.
I was angered because I believed you had forgotten me. You will be given one chance to succeed where your ancestors failed.
This is a test?
How do you know who's aboard that ship?
I am a Comanche, Captain. That ship out there bears a strong resemblance to a god in Mayan and Aztec legends, Kukulkan.
All right, you learn something new every day.
The Mayas had a legend of a winged serpent god who came from the skies bringing knowledge.
But why would Kukulkan want to destroy us?
But you're getting a few days bed rest.
Well, No.
Talking Bear, what do the legends say about...
Captain, security reports that Mr. Scott and Dr. McCoy have also disappeared.
Why them specifically? Oh, there he goes. Well, it said don't fail me again, so they're probably gonna have to do something specific.
We must be somewhere inside that other ship.
At least I've got my medical kit.
Mr. Walking Bear, do the legends say what happened to Kublai Khan?
Only that he left and promised one day to return.
Now I will show you the seeds that I have sown before. Find their purpose if you can.
Look at these carvings. That's not Egyptian.
Nope, definitely not.
This gateway, I can't pin down what culture it represents.
But it's still a clue.
Aztec, Mayans, I'm not well versed.
Before he left, Kublai Khan gave the Mayas a remarkably accurate calendar.
Okay, so the Mayans.
On the date the city was finished, Kublai Khan was supposed to return. Kublai Khan never appeared.
If no one on Earth built this city exactly right, then that's why Kublai Khan never came back. Then there has to be some sort of signaling device here. That pyramid seems to be the center of everything. I'm going up there.
Well, you have fun.
Another tower. And there's another tower down there. There must be one at all four corners.
What's this?
Looks like there's a seam here. I think the head can be turned.
Towards the sun.
Scotty, turn the head all the way around and aim it up here. Turn the other heads this way. Turn them to face the pyramid. I'm coming down.
Bones, you better hustle.
After scores of centuries, my design has been fulfilled. Old Kublai Khan!
Hey, how you doing?
Where are your weapons of destruction? Where is your hate? You hate me, do you not?
We don't even know you.
You fired your weapons at me.
We used them in self-defense. You fired on us.
This is true.
Do you think we belong to you?
Bones, Scotty, quiet.
Yeah, Bones. Shh.
How can you expect us to regard you as a deity if we don't remember you?
Then it is my task to teach you.
Oh, boy.
What the devil is this place?
It looks like some kind of zoo.
I could never be proud of putting wee beasties in cages.
But all of these lead a peaceful life.
How do you know?
Each of them mentally is in its own natural environment. They do not know they are in cages.
Then that city we were in wasn't really there.
But no one being, not even you, has the right to interfere with other cultures.
Right. Oh, please. I can hiss back at you myself.
Destruction fell on my race before your kind had discovered fire. I have seen you on many worlds. Savage, warlike. As an experiment, I visited your Earth and tried to teach peaceful ways.
But we work only to create peace.
Yes.
Even this creature.
Good heavens, this is a Capellan power cat. They hate captivity.
Huh, interesting.
And they throw off a charge of 2,000 volts.
Ooh. Oh, so it's a Pikachu.
But if children are made totally dependent on their teachers, they will never be anything but children.
Yeah, they need to grow.
My dream is ending, and all of you are to blame.
Okay, someone's got issues.
Of course, the elasticity of the force field can respond in only one direction at a time. Full impulse power, helmsman. Tractor beam on, full power. When we break free, we will be thrown approximately 5.698 light years.
Ooh.
The force globe is flexible in only one direction per unit of time. We shall both push and pull on it simultaneously. Full warp power on my order. Now.
This has to work. There they go.
Something is wrong. Escaped? But how?
We're smart.
I will smash it this time.
Jim, the Capellan power cat.
Yes, get the Pikachu out.
Irrational savages, see what you have done.
No, see what you have done.
Kublai Khan, can't you control one of your own creatures?
I cannot.
Clearly, you cannot.
Jim, do something.
Quick, your hypo. Full tranquilizer setting.
Who's gonna get close enough to it without getting zapped? Ooh! Kirk, you are brave. Cause, couldn't have been me. He's probably like, wait, y'all could do that, but I couldn't?
The cat's last power jolt clipped me.
It's just like a big kitten.
Are we really that inferior to you?
No.
But we also have been using our minds and trying to learn to live in peace.
Exactly.
If we fail or succeed, it has to be our own doing.
But you are my children.
Our people were children then.
Yes.
Kublai Khan, we've grown up now.
I will let you go your own way. I have already done what I can.
Okay, well, that was easy.
The creature was the Mayan god from the ancient legends.
The other ship is getting underway, sir. Heading away from Earth.
Good. Take care.
Think what we could have done with this knowledge, but the price was just too high.
There's a line from Shakespeare.
How sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child.
Ah, I see the connection now. Alright, so I took the time to look it up real quick. And this episode reminded me of the episode from season 2, Who Mourns for Adonis. Y'all remember when Apollo was doing his thing? It was Apollo, correct? Yep, it was Apollo. It's like, my children. And we're like, dude, who the heck are you? Like, it's been so long. We don't really need you anymore because we kind of already learned our lessons. Did I enjoy this episode as much as the first one? In terms of the overall plot, no. However, something that I did appreciate is that I did get the chance to learn something new. I've never really done a deep dive into these particular deities. I have not. So I have pulled up some information that I didn't know. Again, please forgive my pronunciation on anything because I'm just like, some of this I'm going to have to put up on the screen because I'm going to butcher a lot of this. Okay, so it says that the particular deity from this particular episode is a feathered serpent deity in the mythology of the Yucatec Maya. Very cool. A creator god who brings rain and wind and is closely related to the Aztec god. I am going to put that up on the screen. And the Quiche Maya god, I'm going to put that name up on the screen as well. And it says that in the Yucatec Maya tradition, Kukulkan returns to Earth on the equinox to bless his worshippers with good health and a full harvest. He then bathes in sacred water and continues on his way to the underworld. I'm sure there's so much more here too, but that's just the gist. And that's something that I actually do like about Star Trek. It makes me kind of learn. Obviously, I learn things from you guys in the comments, but like what I just did right now, I'm just like, okay, let me go look up a few things that I may not know because, listen, honey, we are always learning, and I love learning something new, and we do truly learn something new every day. It was cool seeing the different creatures that he kind of had, and I hate saying captivity, but that's what they were. And I liked the power cat. That was pretty neat. And of course, Mr. Spock and the Enterprise and their brilliant brains were able to get out and escape, which is really awesome to see because, I mean, the crew was fabulous. We already know this. So far, the first episode is still my favorite of this bunch. So we're going to get into the third one and let's see what we can get into.
The Enterprise is on course for the planet Babel to honor the Enterprise's distinguished passenger, Commodore Robert April, first captain of the USS Enterprise. Now 75 years old,
Ooh.
Commodore April has reached mandatory retirement age.
This bridge is more like home than anywhere else. I was there in the San Francisco Navy Yards when her unit components were built.
Wow, you've been around for a hot minute.
Jim, I didn't realize how many of the tools I use in sickbay were designed by Sarah.
As the first medical officer aboard a ship equipped with warp drive, I had to come up with new ideas all the time.
Well, go ahead, girl.
But I'm afraid my flower is dying. but it has a lifespan of only a few hours.
Oh.
Within a few hours, it will be dead.
Well, that's sad.
You asked to be notified when we made visual contact with the Beta Niobe Nova.
You're about to see another of the galaxy's most beautiful sights.
It is beautiful.
Sensors are picking up an unidentified object, presently on collision course with the Enterprise.
Oh no, that's not good. Well, bob and weave.
How fast is it traveling, Mr. Spock?
Something on the order of warp 36.
Good gracious.
I believe it is not a natural object.
Yeah, it's not. Can you imagine how fast we will be getting to places?
It is apparently heading for the heart of the Beta Niobe Nova.
I want to talk to that ship's captain.
Captain, that ship is not responding.
All right, if they won't talk, we'll slow them down. Mr. Sulu, put a tractor beam on that ship.
Yeah, snatch them.
It has dropped to a speed of warp 32.
That's still crazy.
They are making visual contact.
Put it on the screen, Lieutenant.
Do we have a translator?
I've never heard that language before.
Nor I.
Run that message through the Universal Translator, Lieutenant Uhura.
That's right, we do have that.
The woman is speaking in the same universal language we speak, but she is speaking in reverse.
Oh, geez.
I am on a priority mission. Release my ship at once or I am doomed.
Tell her she is endangering her life if she remains on her present course.
No use, sir. She's refusing to answer.
Captain, the engines are buckling. We cannot keep up at this speed.
Yeah, let her go.
Still increasing speed, Captain. Warp 14.
I can't destroy this ship and 430 people to save one person.
You are correct.
Mr. Sulu, release our beam.
Did I not say release her?
Sir, I can't release the tractor beam.
What do you mean, Mr. Sulu?
Our controls are inoperative.
We've got to release that beam or we're going to follow that ship into the Nova.
Our speed is now warp 20.
I'm surprised y'all haven't started breaking up yet.
I'm sorry, Commodore. Mrs. April.
As Starship personnel, we were always prepared to give our lives, Captain.
This is a good point.
After that ship enters the Nova, it should burn up and break contact with our tractor beam.
We shall have 42.85 seconds to correct our course.
Well, everyone get ready.
We're going to apply full braking power in a minute.
Aye, Captain, our engines are almost gone.
12, 11.
Get ready to execute course change, Mr. Sulu. Now, Mr. Sulu.
We're still being pulled by the alien ship.
Impossible. It should have been destroyed instantly.
Well, looks like we're going for a ride.
That other ship may have been able to survive the heat of a Nova, but the Enterprise can't. How about that full braking power?
We have no control of the ship as long as that alien lassie has us in tow.
Alien lassie.
Keep trying those controls, Mr. Sulu.
Still no change, Captain.
Does the Commodore have a suggestion?
14 seconds.
Oh, it's too late. Oh!
We're still here. Where are we?
Another dimension?
Well, we just had to learn to run the ship all over again. Every control is working in reverse.
Captain Kirk, the Capellan flower.
It's alive.
Before we entered this universe, it was about to die. It's in full bloom again.
And Scotty just mentioned everything is going in reverse. And that lady was talking in reverse.
The flower is not the only thing on board that is growing younger. Ship's chronometers are also running backward. The longer we stay here, the younger we will become.
Your interference almost cost me my life.
Apparently, our brains are also working in reverse, Captain.
I was caught unaware when Amphion, previously a dead star, went nova and came to life. But instead of burning up, I passed into a universe where everything operates in reverse to my universe.
Makes sense.
Two stars going nova in the same place in both universes created a gateway.
In her universe, a nova is a dead star which comes to life. It's possible to travel between the two universes.
Perhaps our scientists can help solve your problem.
We have little choice.
Yeah, y'all need help, so follow her.
If we stay here long enough, I'll no longer be at the mandatory retirement age.
One star dying in our universe and one star being born here would recreate the correct conditions.
That makes sense. But when's the next time it's gonna happen?
Carla 5 has given us coordinates to beam down to her son's laboratory, Captain.
Her son? We don't have time for children's games right now, Scotty, but beam us down.
He's probably older than you think. Never mind.
May I introduce my son, Carl 4?
My honor to meet you.
Oh, never mind.
If the flow of time is reversed, then one is born at an old age and dies in infancy.
Correct.
Then the young child in the playpen.
My father, Captain.
Oh, wow.
This is a map of our galaxy.
Apparently, the two universes occupy the same space, but in different dimensions.
We can determine if there are any other novas occupying the same space in both universes.
All right. Perfect.
We will see where two stars occupy the same place in both universes.
This is very cool.
The red spheres indicate where two stars are in the same space.
If stars begin as dead stars here, then we could bring one to life prematurely.
We could act as a midwife, giving birth to a star.
Not us being midwives in this episode.
Your ship isn't capable of such a speed.
We can't use her ship to transport us, Captain, but we could use it as an unmanned ship with our tractor beam attached.
Ah, that would work. Just hitch a ride.
I'll be glad to get home, but not necessarily to Babel. It only means the end of my career, Jim.
He's not going to want to stay here, is he?
Whether you succeed or fail, the outcome will remain unknown to me.
We'll burn to a crisp or escape into our own universe. Thank you for the sacrifice of your vessel.
It is a small sacrifice, Captain Kirk. Success.
How much time before the youngest crew member returns to the time of birth?
18 minutes, 37 seconds in real time. And Captain, that also means we are losing our knowledge at an alarming rate.
Ooh, that's true. Oh, look at the baby faces.
How is our course, Mr. Sulu?
I don't know. What am I doing here?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't understand all this equipment.
At what age did you become a starship captain? And when did you enter Starfleet Academy?
I see what you mean.
Exactly.
I age the slowest. I will be capable of assuming command longer than anyone else.
Do we get to see baby McCoy and baby Scotty? But couldn't Commodore April take over?
I must assume command. You are no longer able to command the Enterprise.
Whatever you say.
Mr. Spock, as long as I am aboard, I am senior officer.
Right.
Commodore April, command is yours.
Commodore? I'm Captain April, Mr. Spock. We have to ignite that dead star if we're going home.
I love this.
The dead star is directly ahead, Captain.
Arm Kala 5's vessel, Spock.
Vessel armed, Captain.
Hang on. We're going right into the heart of the Nova. We did it. We're home again.
Look at little Spock.
The reverse aging process has stopped.
But the Enterprise crew, they're all children.
The transporter, it retains a memory of their original molecular structure.
That's true.
We don't have to use the transporter. We can remain young.
What a blessing to be able to live one's life over again. If the life you've led has left you unfulfilled.
Ooh, that's good.
Couldn't improve one bit on what we've had together.
Aww. All right, let's get the children back to adulthood.
We've received a message from the Federation that might bring you some cheer.
We are reviewing his mandatory retirement and will consider his appeal to remain Federation ambassador at large.
Aww.
Just because someone is 75 years old doesn't mean they're ready to stop giving service to the galaxy.
I see your flower has blossomed again.
Our trip into the negative universe gave it a second life. It gave all of us a second life.
I loved this one as well. This was so much fun. The idea of going into this universe where everything is reversed and then talking about the aging and getting younger. And this was so good. I would say that my favorite part was definitely Commodore April and what he said at the end, like after his wife mentioning, we could do this all over again. And he was like, no, I wouldn't want to do that. I just want to continue as I am right now. Look, we've already had a great run. What's the point of redoing it? I love that. That was great. And seeing everybody as children, that was cute. That was adorable. And I love the fact that we got to see a character in her own ship going at warp 36. Honey, what? That is just, the Enterprise will break up at I don't even know what it is anymore, because the Enterprise has gone up to like what's the highest we've gone up to, technically? I guess in this episode with, what was it, Warp 22? Technically, against our will. But I feel like whenever we get around, like, maybe, like, anything past Warp 8, we're a little bit like, I don't know about all that. I'm like, y'all need to take whatever technology is on that ship, and y'all need to apply that sucker to the Enterprise and all the other ones. Because, listen, we could really get around this universe at that type of speed. And again, another episode with Mr. Spock coming in handy because he's Vulcan. I mean, he ages way slower. Well, technically, got younger way slower. Y'all get what I'm trying to say here. And oh my gosh, I mean, in my personal opinion, I feel like it should be mandatory that all starships have at least one person on there that's Vulcan. I think that should be mandatory because, listen, they come in handy. Now, I know that I'm going to be doing a video eventually on my favorite episodes from the original series. I just haven't gotten there yet. But since we're on the last video for the animated, I'm going to go through very quickly the episodes that actually stood out to me. I would say that, let me see. Actually, let's just go through. It was only 2 seasons, so I have everything pulled up on my phone. Of the first season, the episodes that I absolutely enjoyed were Yesteryear with Mr. Spock having to go back in time and help out his younger self. I love that. And it actually wasn't until I edited the episode, and of course you guys mentioned it in the comments, that I realized, wait, this is the family pet that Spock's mom mentioned to Dr. McCoy when they were like drinking and eating and, you know, just having their conversation. This was the teddy bear. Duh. Okay, perfect. So I enjoyed that one very, very much. Let's see, another episode. It was cool seeing Mud again. It was cool seeing the Tribbles, but again, we've seen them before, and I'm kind of more so focusing on episodes that really kind of gave me something different. I would say another episode I enjoyed from the animated series was episode 4 of season 1, the Laura Lee Signal, where Lieutenant Uhura and the ladies took over. I mean, come on. That's everything that I needed and more. Absolutely love that episode. It was great. I would have to say, if I had to pick, the Territan incident, that was a good one as well, because you have the Terratans who were just, they're tiny. You didn't know that they were there. And that particular episode, the fact that they were able to shrink everyone down to their size, and it's like, we're not trying to harm you. We need help. You see what's happening with our planet? And they were able to literally take their city and move them someplace where they could live and prosper. Love that one. That one was excellent. And I'm sure that there's certain ones that I'm like, yes, I did enjoy it. It's just, you know, these are the ones that really stood out to me. The time trap with the Klingons. And they went into this universe where all these ships were basically stranded, and they created the society with all these different species. That was absolutely wonderful. And I understood that they were kind of like, I get y'all are going to combine the ships and get out of here, and y'all could take us with you, but no, we're not going to risk it. It's just too much. We've already tried. And that particular episode, I love seeing the different types of ships. I love seeing everybody come together as one and put their differences aside and just work together. That was absolutely beautiful for me. And of course, the Klingons were out here being their messy selves. I mean, are we surprised? No. Moving on. I really enjoyed the slaver weapon because we got Spock, Sulu, and Uhura off to themselves, doing their thing, showing that, yes, we don't have our starship captain with us, but baby, we can function on our own. And they were able to prevent the Kzinti from getting that weapon. I mean, well, technically the weapon prevented them from getting that weapon. So technically the weapon came in handy. It did. Because honestly, without that self-destruct on there, honey, they would have had that weapon and they would have wreaked havoc. Do you understand me? So it was very nice to see that everything came together in that episode. So out of season 1, those were my favorite episodes. So we're going to move on into season 2 and talk about those very quickly. So from the very last episode, I would say my favorite episode out of those three was definitely the Practical Joker. The Enterprise getting a sense of humor, I was just like, huh, what? What's happening? The malfunction on that was quite funny, and the fact that that malfunction went to the Klingon ship, well, and we know how Klingons are. It was just so beautiful. It was just wrapped up so nicely. I absolutely enjoyed that one out of the last three that I watched. And of this particular video, this last video, I would have to say the first episode of this video and this last one. Those were my favorites. I enjoyed the fact that we had the episode with the Mayan deity. It was really cool that they added in that particular culture to that episode. But I would have to say that the first episode with McCoy getting arrested and this last one with them going into this reverse universe, those are definitely my favorite episodes. We got through that pretty quickly, actually. And yeah, I absolutely love them. And I feel like you guys would know at least my top 2 favorite episodes from the original series. But again, I am going to get that video out to you guys. I know some of y'all were asking for like a top 10. I'm not going to obviously go back and rewatch everything, but definitely I'm going to get that video out for you guys. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that because I'm going to talk about not just my favorite episodes, but episodes that I'm sure are not absolute fan favorites, but I found something in them that I enjoyed. And then I'm probably also going to talk about just a few other things with the original series that I enjoyed as well. So that's going to be a really fun video. I'm just going to have to, not necessarily take my time with it because I feel like I kind of sped through my favorites with the animated at the end of this video. I just really want to take my time with the original series because it was such a fun ride. So I just really, really want to focus on that one and give that one a little bit more love. All right, YouTube family. Y'all know what's coming up after this one, honey. Y'all know what's coming up. I'm excited for it. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so you guys know whenever I upload. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.